The same approach you've been taking, even from a year ago, is probably not working. But there's one important reason why, and it's rarely being talked about. And that's that design hiring has changed, but designers' approach to getting hired hasn't. I've witnessed the ebbs and flows of hiring in this industry for nearly 2 decades, and big jumps in innovation and technology always bring volatility to the tech space. And this year, there has been no shortage of that. But aside from the macro issues at play, there's a deeper issue in how designers are preparing themselves and handling these shifts. And a lot of that has to do with your skills gap and your job strategy. So I've got 9 things here based on what I see daily with the students I teach. And it involves understanding your baseline, creating a practical learning plan, and a job strategy that is tailored to you. So first is to do a skills assessment. A UX/UI skills assessment involves ranking your confidence and fluidity in a particular category of skill from highest to lowest. This can help you reframe your transferable skills, meaning anything that you may have done in a different position or a career that can be transferred to UX, or it can be used to help you see where you might have some blind spots or knowledge gaps in your current stage as a designer. Now, this can be something you do yourself or ask someone with a little bit more experience than you. In my course, I personally do a skills assessment with each incoming student and help them create their unique value proposition. But I've also just released a UX/UI skills audit for Notion so you can do your own skills assessment. Now, this is a powerful worksheet because it not only allows you to rate your skills, but also gives you examples of how to tell your stories around those skills. This is really meaningful and helpful when it comes time to interview or to create your case studies. So this worksheet also allows you to use my formula for creating a unique value proposition that helps you connect the threads of your past experience, your present abilities, and your future goals so that you're perfectly aligned and prepared for the right opportunities when they arise. And you can get this for free right now using the discount code SKILLS, and it's available for a limited time. 2 is to fill in the gaps. Now that you have a more clear idea of what areas you're strongest in and where you might be lacking, create a learning plan and a roadmap. Ask yourself, what do you need to improve? How long will you dedicate to improving each skill? And then figure out your first milestones, such as the date when you'd ideally like to finish your portfolio or when you'd like to start applying for jobs, and work backwards from there. Figure out how much time you can realistically dedicate to upskilling and learning each week and schedule it into your calendar. Consistency is important. 10 minutes a day is better than 5 hours one day a week. This repetition and practice builds muscle memory and cognition and helps you integrate your new skills faster. And consider joining a program like ours at Designerup to make sure that your time is well spent, that there is accountability, and that you're getting the feedback and the support that you need. This is exactly what we're doing together inside of our product UX/UI design course, where you can get this tailored learning plan and all of the lessons you need to upskill and the exercises you need to create a real portfolio project. All of this is done with a mindful approach and mentorship. And it's really affordable too. And it's got incredible reviews and happy students. So check it out and consider enrolling. So number 3 is to create a networking calendar. You should be networking multiple times a week. And one of the tricks to effective networking is to engage with and support people who are in adjacent fields, such as hiring managers, product managers, developers, or anyone connected to organizations that you might want to work with. Not because you want something from them, but because you're genuinely interested in what they're doing. I like to use what I call the no ego approach, and that's just an acronym for notice. That's noticing who else is working in the space. Engaging, that's following them, commenting on their posts, and engaging with them in meaningful ways. Giving, which is providing something of value to them in return. And ongoing, meaning continuing to engage and be supportive of the work that they're doing. Think of it as creating professional friendships. Not only will you make new connections, but you'll be top of mind when they're in need of someone with your skills. This is a great reason to attend online or in-person workshops and events by companies you would love to work for too. And I don't mean just register for them, forget to attend, and wait for the video replay. I mean actually show up, take notes, connect with other attendees, and then summarize your findings into your own unique perspective, and then post that on social media and tag the company. Think of what a great way that is to stand out to them. Become the Liam Neeson of design. Employers want to know that you have a
very particular set of skills.
And those skills need to make sense in the arc of your work history. Your case studies need to show this, not just tell. So now that you've written your unique value proposition, create a case study that shows how you solve those particular problems so that companies can see that you have unique insights into their problem space and experience solving them. Understand the business. Businesses hire designers for two reasons. They need you to help increase their revenue, and they need you to help them de-risk their design investment. So explain how you do that through story, through metrics, and through strategy. This is another reason why knowing your skills stories is so valuable. I always say, if you want someone to think you're funny, don't just tell them you're funny. Say something that makes them laugh. Likewise, don't say, I'm great at creating effective onboarding. Tell them about the time users were not taking that second step in the app that they signed up for, and how a simple thing that you did increased conversions by 20% in a month. And show that in your portfolio. Number 6 is understand the tech and implementation. On average, developer to designer hiring is 10-1. That's a huge imbalance. And if you aren't speaking the language of your developer counterparts, you're going to be greatly outnumbered. So it's really important to understand their way of thinking, understand the tech stack that they're using and their workflow. Being proactive and learning things like how to read API documentation and how to use GitHub will go a really long way towards making a positive impact on your team. And it will completely change the way you approach your work as a designer. And number 7, don't guess whether your portfolio is good or not. Make sure you have something like Hotjar installed so that you can actually see where visitors are clicking and how they're interacting with your portfolio. That way you can make changes and adjust as needed. I also warn against making a traditional single portfolio, and I invite you instead to consider a multifolio. This allows you to tailor your case studies to the specific job you're applying for. Now, designers love our Notion portfolio templates for this because you can easily plug and play and duplicate your case study pages and make slight adjustments so that it feels custom to each job. The results and the feedback from this type of portfolio approach, way better. Number 8, do it differently. If everyone is going right, go left. Instead of just creating a text and image-based case study, why not record a video reel of your work? This could be a walkthrough of a single flow or a collection of projects that you've worked on. If you don't have any projects, again, consider joining a program like ours that guides you through creating something, or consider contributing to open source projects so that you can be a part of a real project. Number 9, track your progress. As you start applying for jobs, you can use something like our job tracker for Notion to stay on top of your applications and your follow-ups and your outcomes. This one is great because it's got formulas in there so that you know exactly how many days to follow up, and you can have a list of contacts in your database and everything else you need to keep track of these jobs. There's a lot of information here that you can go and take and implement right now. And if you found this helpful, it would mean a great deal to get your like and your subscribe on the video. And if you have a minute to comment and let me know what you thought of these tips and tell me how your own portfolio and job search journey is going, I would love to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and check out this playlist for a bunch of other great tips that I think you're gonna like.